Originally, this video was a little depressing for me to make. I didn't play even half the games that I wanted to last year. A lot of it had to do with my depression and just having a shit year in general. There was just so much going on in my head that I couldn't focus on video games. I even stopped streaming for like 2 months, which I've never done before. I've never taken a break that long. I just kind of fell off the face of the planet. I didn't even tell anybody I was gonna be gone, because I didn't even know I was gonna be gone. Sorry about that. And instead of feeling bad because I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done, like videos or playing and beating certain games, I decided to just focus on what I actually accomplished instead of what I didn't. Even though it's not a lot, I'm still happy with it. The first game I decided to tackle was the original Final Fantasy VII. I figured since Rebirth was coming out in February, I may as well finally finish the OG. I started Final Fantasy VII several times over a decade, and I always dropped it after Sid joins your party for a few reasons. I either got lost, bored, or another game came out that I wanted to play instead. But I was determined to beat it this time, and with the help of my stream community and friends, I finally beat it, after attempting to beat it for the 7th time. How fitting. I know what you guys are thinking. Did you not enjoy Final Fantasy VII? And all I have to say is, when it hit, but that was few and far between for me. I wanted to love it so bad, but I think it's just not a game for me. And that's okay. Sorry to all the FF7 fans. But I finally beat it after so many years of trying, so I'm really happy about that. This next game, however, ended up being my favorite game in the FF7 series. And yes, I'm talking about Crisis Core Reunion. That was obvious, right? I played the PSP version of Crisis Core years ago, but I never beat it. I loved Zack's story, but I just couldn't get used to the battle mechanics on the PSP. Safe to say, when I played it again this past year on PS5, it blew me away. I loved so much about this game, but the combat was especially fun to me. I'm so happy it received an upgrade and is playable on modern consoles. I still think about how good that game was, and sometimes I want to pick it up just to play the missions. I also did my annual playthrough of The Legend of Zelda for the NES. This is what turned me into a gamer, and I feel like this game never gets old. I always have fun playing it. I feel like I'll love this game forever. It just brings back really good memories for me, and it's the only game that has a chance of distracting me enough from what's going on inside my head. Last year, I also added a channel points redeem on my Twitch to where you can choose a game for me to play. The first one was redeemed by my friend Infinite. Here's his channel. You guys should go follow him. He has amazing videos, and his thumbnails are some of my favorites. Crystal Project was the game that I played, and I tell you what, that was an experience for me. I feel like I have such a love-hate for that game, but if I'm being honest, that's kind of my fault. It's non-linear and has so much content. There's 16 crystals that you can collect, and there's 24 classes to choose from if you unlock them all. Now, if you know me, you know I'm really stubborn. If I have something in my head, like I want to get to this place, I'm gonna keep trying until I get to it, even if I'm failing. But I also get sidetracked and distracted very easily and completely forget what I was doing. I think I kept wandering into places I shouldn't have been to because I kept dying, but then I also couldn't find the places I was actually able to get to. It also had platforming, and I suck at that. Let's just say the whole thing was a challenge. And as painful as the experience sounds for me, I actually highly recommend this game. Looking back, I ended up having a lot of fun with it, and I felt so accomplished after it was all over. I was definitely on a high for a couple days after that. Stellar Blade is another game that I played last year and beat. This was my game of the year. I really fell in love with this game. I played through it twice. I know a lot of people didn't like the characters, but I don't know. They felt like they had personalities to me, and I really liked all of them. The side quests were really fun and kept me engaged the whole time. The combat is some of the most fluid and fun I've ever played. I loved exploring and finding all the cans and unlocking or finding all the outfits. Playing dress up with Eve was so much fun. There were a few things that I didn't like about this game, but they were mostly small nitpicks, nothing that bothered me too much though. I just feel like there's so much to love about it, and I really don't think it's fair that a lot of people judge the game based off of Eve's looks. You got people wanting to play it because they're salivating over her the whole time, and then you have a lot of people that think they're better than everybody else because they're choosing not to play a game because they think the woman in it is over-sexualized. I could probably do a whole video about this topic because I have a lot to say, but I'll just end it with this. Eve is amazing, Stellar Blade is amazing, I really loved it, I can't wait for the second one, and yeah, you should definitely pick it up and play it if you like action games. And last, but definitely not least, I beat Cold Steel 3 and 4. I'm sure a lot of people would love to watch me stream the rest of the series, but I don't know if I can do it. These games have so much content, it's hard for me to play them back to back. I love Trails, but they were just hard games for me to stream. There's people that care about the combat aspect of it and want to see you fight certain bosses. There's people that want to see you do all the side quests and talk to every single NPC. There's so much dialogue that's not voice acted, but I don't really have the energy to read it all. At least not out loud, but I also don't want to just sit there in silence and read it to myself. It just stressed me out too much. I really enjoyed both Cold Steel 3 and 4 though. They're both really solid games, and it felt really good having Cold Steel 4 be the last game that I beat of 2024. And that's it. That's all the games I beat last year. A hefty 7. And you know, I only beat one of those off stream. But like I said earlier, I was just in that gaming funk and I could not get into anything. So thank you to my stream community and my friends, because I feel like if I didn't have you, I probably wouldn't have beat all the games that I did. I know it's not a lot, but the fact that I finally finished Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and Crisis Core, I finished the Cold Steel arc, and survived Crystal Project, I'd say it was a pretty good year. Well, that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll try to have another video out very soon.